Hello, Steve at Steve at 9. Well, I don't quite know what to do about this. I just heard that Super 7 is announced they're doing a Thundercats 5.5 He-Man scale line of toys, basically. And I'm like, didn't Funko just do that a couple of years ago? Like, didn't I just buy all these? Yeah, so they've announced a wave of free figures, Lino, Mumra, and Jackalman. And a few years ago, Funko did indeed do two waves of figures in the 5.5 scale. They did Panthro, Tigra, Chitara, Slive, Monkey, and Jackalman, and of course Mumra and Lino. Now, I didn't know these were real for a while. I saw a couple of photos and I thought they were customs. And then I had resisted classics for years, didn't go down that rabbit hole, but when I saw the Funko He-Man Filmation style figures, cartoon figures, I'm like, I had to have these. So I started getting them, and once I started getting them, I'm like, well, I might as well get some of the Origins ones, some of the ones where they make some changes, or they do mini comic versions or something that sort of make them different, and then I can merge my He-Man and Origins collection and sort of just have a collection of, sort of cover all the characters over both. Once I started looking at the vintage next to the cartoon collection, I realised I couldn't do that. I mean, a year or so after. So I'd missed a lot of them that had come out that were cheap, that I sort of thought, I don't need that because I've got the original and I'm happy with the original. And it's costing me a fortune now, or did cost me a fortune, to go around and chase all those figures I didn't buy. So now I have a similar problem with Thundercats, where I bought the Funko versions, and I was for the most part happy with them. They go really well with the Super 7. They're all a little clunky. But yeah, I didn't like Lino's feet. They were too big and comic-y, and they had the white line, which he didn't have, which just makes them stand out even more. I'm like, can I repaint that? And the idea of having another Lino that looks a little better is fine. And obviously, I don't want to get, Mumra to go with him. And there's only a few differences with Mumra. There's a bit more detail on his skirt. The bandages are different. So it seems more like just a completionist thing. And then, if I just got those two, I would have a set of packaging for all the characters, and the different packaging from the two different companies, which would kind of be cool, because I bought Lino and Mumra loose and I didn't get the boxes, and I saved a bit of money, quite a bit of money, but when I go through my collection now and look through the cards, I'm like, I wish I'd just paid more and bought them. But the only difference with the artwork is one little picture, one little piece of comic art on the front for each character, and the rest of the packaging is exactly the same. So that was sort of my justification to save the money and do that. But there were some issues, like Jackalman, for example. He had very human proportions for his head, so although the detail's right, he doesn't have that snout. So they've redone a Jackalman. I'm like, well, I wouldn't mind a Jackalman with the correct proportions, so maybe I'll do that. And then the other big issue was Slive. He's got a head, he's got neck and shoulders, the old Slive had this big shoulders, this big hunchback, and his head was all the way down here. They didn't do him like that. I'm like, how, why didn't they do it the right way? Why didn't they put his head down here? Maybe, Super 7 will actually do him right. And it's like, well, does that mean I'm buying them all? Because at this point, that would mean I'd be buying at least Lino and Mumra for the card backs, and just to have a matching pair from that collection. But then I'd really want Slive. And then if I'm getting Slive, I may as well get Jackalman. If I'm doing that, well, I may as well just get them all. And the other issue is, do I want to buy 3 in case they don't do a second wave? Because this line only lasted 2 waves. They got through the main 8 characters. I don't care about the Wily Kit and Wily Cat. So I was fine with not having the Thunder Kittens. I didn't care. I didn't even notice for a while they weren't part of it. But I don't want to go through that again. And that's the problem with starting a new collection. Is it going to be successful? Are they going to go through with it? Are you just going to end up with a couple of random characters? Because the only good thing about Origins was, by the time I decided to start collecting them, it was like 2 years in, and it was clear they were going to be successful and they were going to keep going, so I could commit to it. And I don't know about this one, because I could just get Lino and Mumra from the collection, have card backs, have at least a pair, and then see if they do a second line, and then get Jackalman and the others. But I don't want to rebuy all these, because part of me is like, okay, Origins is winding down. They've done almost all the main characters, just 5 or 6 they haven't done yet. Once we get them, it's just the cartoon ones. And although the cartoon ones are cooler in some way, because they're very different from the toys, a lot of them are deep dive characters you see like once. And the main characters, they only had a few that were in the cartoon regularly, and other ones only got a couple of appearances. So they're not going to be as popular, I don't think. So I'm not sure how well that line's going to go long term. So they did the Turtles of Grayskull thing, and I'm like, is that what they're going to do with He-Man vs. Thundercats? They're going to do their own story and have alternate versions of all the characters, so we have to buy all new toys instead of just buying the Thundercats in Origins, because that's another option. They could just do Origins versions of Thundercats, which they'll probably do later anyway. So I don't want to get taken for too many rides. I don't want to go down too many rabbit holes, but I don't want to regret it later and pay more for the same things. So I know I'm not the first collector with this dilemma, but I just want to share my pain with you all and see what other people think, other collectors, other Thundercat collectors. Are you excited about this? Are you burdened by this? Are you going to go down the rabbit hole, or are you going to sit back, see what happens, and maybe chase them later? I don't know. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Did I say that already? I don't know.